You've been researching a lot on municipalities for over the years. Now, municipalities currently, we understand, are owing millions and millions of rand to Eskom. What is the situation like? Because many of the consumers, I'm sure, are not coping as well with the increased tariffs.
Well, you're quite right there, Dan. So the big picture in the background is that municipalities derive most of their revenue from electricity sales. And they use this money to cross-subsidize all the other services, most of the other services in the municipality. And for a big metro, or the metros, it can run into billions of rands in revenue. Electricity prices, as we all know, have pretty much doubled over the last 5 years due to the increases from Eskom and NERSA. Those are then passed on to consumers in municipalities. Generally, the middle class and richer households cross-subsidize poorer households, and the residential consumer market as a whole cross-subsidizes some of the larger producers, some of the mines and the metal refineries. Now, the consumer sensitivity to electricity prices obviously goes up the more that the price goes up. And you can't double the price over a space of 5 years and expect consumers not to reduce their demand for electricity. So a lot of the current increase in the money that municipalities owe Eskom is because they haven't collected the revenues that they wanted. They've seen revenue drop.
Have they not collected it, or is it because consumers that are served by the municipalities are not paying?
Most of the consumers that receive free or subsidized electricity, it's not an issue of whether or not to pay. And there's been a greater rollout of prepaid electricity meters, especially for poorer households or households that receive subsidized services. It's more the middle class and the richer households that provide most of the revenue for municipalities there. And it's when they are cutting back, and also with the increase in technology, which we have seen in other countries, in particularly Australia and America, where the grid is decentralized, where consumers can put up their own solar panels and sell electricity back into the grid, that those municipalities and those governments are facing the same problems, and they're at a more advanced stage than we are now. And it's also that municipalities maybe haven't always had the good habits of making sure that they're responsible with those revenues.